The Buffalo Bills over the last couple of years have come extremely close to making it to the Super Bowl, but it seems as if they can't get past the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, going into 2022, if you were to ask me to give you my way too early AFC Conference Championship prediction, it probably would be the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that these are the two best teams in the AFC going into the 2022 NFL season. I don't really see it changing all that much. I know not too many people are going to disagree with Buffalo being up there. Buffalo is one of the best teams in the NFL and in this conference. Some people are probably going to push back on Cincinnati, but if we're looking at the Bengals from a talent standpoint, they're up there as well. They have the most talented offense in the AFC. I know some Bills fans are going to disagree with that, but when you look at the offensive line, you look at Joe Mixon at running back, and you look at Cincinnati having the best wide receiver core in the NFL, I don't think too many people should disagree with the statement that the Bengals have the best offense in the league. However, Buffalo isn't too far off from that. You do have Diggs, you have Gabriel Davis, who should have a breakout season. I love Dawson Knox and OJ Howard at the tight end position. And of course, their offensive line isn't too shabby in their own right. And we already know Josh Allen is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I actually came out and said that I felt that Josh Allen was the second best quarterback in the NFL last year behind Aaron Rodgers. Cincinnati's defense isn't as good as the Bills' defense. The Bills had the number one ranked defense statistically in the league last year, and that was without Tre'Davious White. He's going to be coming back fully healthy. And then you kind of upgraded at your second cornerback spot. You lost Levi Wallace in free agency to the Steelers. However, you're going to be replacing him with Kaiir Elam, a rookie that many people are expecting big things out of, myself included. You still have one of the best safety groups in the NFL with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. I'm excited to see what Gregory Rousseau is going to do this year. I think that he could end up having a breakout year where he has 8 or more sacks. And of course, the linebacker group is also pretty solid. So the Bills' defense is better than Cincinnati's. So I think that if you're a Bills fan, I really feel that the AFC is going to come down to you and Cincinnati. And by judging from what the Buffalo Bills have did this offseason, they went ahead and they signed Von Miller to a huge mega deal. And I think that Von Miller might be that missing piece that the Buffalo Bills need to get over that hump, because the pass rush kind of has not been there, and that's kind of the reason why they struggle to beat Kansas City. Because if you're going to have a shot of making a deep playoff run, you're going to have to beat some of the best quarterbacks in the league, and a good way to do that is by having a great pass rush, now allowing that quarterback a lot of time to throw the football. And you already topple that with the fact that the Bills have one of the best secondaries in the league. You bring in Von Miller, and if you can get Gregory Rousseau, AJ Epinesa, or another pass rusher to step up, then you're going to be set. So for the Buffalo Bills, I think that there is a really, really good chance that they finally get it done this year and that they finally win the Super Bowl, because this is a team that has been really close. I don't know if you guys remember that commercial. It's the dude for the car insurance company. He has the little fishing hook and he has the little $1 bill on the end, and he says, "Oop, you almost had it. Oop, you almost had it." That seems to be the case when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. They come up so close every single year. Every single year. And it's really heartbreaking, man, because Bills fans deserve it. If you want to talk about the most underrated fan base in the NFL, it has to be the Buffalo Bills. Because when I first started YouTube a couple of years back and I started to divert from talking about Miami Hurricanes football and started covering every single college football team and NFL team, the fan base that has showed me the most love over the years outside of the Pittsburgh Steelers was Bills Mafia. So you guys show a lot of support, I really am rooting for Buffalo to get it done this year. And I definitely feel that they can, because I understand that the AFC is top heavy. You have a lot of great teams. Not only do you have the Bengals, but you have the Chargers. The Chiefs are still going to be in the mix regardless of how people feel about the loss of Tyreek Hill. They're still going to be in that conversation. The Ravens, interested in seeing what's going to happen with the Browns and Deshaun Watson. So there are a lot of great teams in the AFC this year. But for Buffalo, if you were a betting man and you were to put money on somebody who you think has a really good chance of making it out of this crapshoot that is the AFC, I think your smart money would probably be with the Buffalo Bills, because they have a really great roster. Couple that with the fact that they have a great coaching staff. Sean McDermott, you doggone near could argue the fact that he's a top 5 head coach. I probably will put him in my top 5. The dude has done nothing but win games. He has a really good coaching staff. Although you did lose Brian Daboll, your new offensive coordinator should be able to pick up from where he left off at. He has a pretty good relationship with Josh Allen, and nothing really should change with the offense. Defensively, you still have Leslie Frazier there, who is one of the best defensive coordinators in the game at the moment. I think that it's only a matter of time before he ends up getting a second opportunity of being an NFL head coach. So your coaching staff is there, and the division isn't really all that tough. Although the Miami Dolphins have improved, New England is still going to be New England, but I think that the Buffalo Bills have pretty much separated themselves from everybody in the AFC East. I think the only team that could really be capable of being able to win a game against Buffalo in this division probably would be New England, simply for the fact that you can never count out Bill Belichick. And the Dolphins, I think, are a little bit of a wild card. We don't really know how their season can go. We hope that they can end up being a playoff team, simply for the fact that they've been on the outside looking in of that spectrum for the last couple of years. But with a new head coach, we don't really know what to expect. But they did add Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle there. They have a pretty good defense from a talent standpoint. But Buffalo really is in a fantastic situation, and I think that this may be the best opportunity that they have to win a Super Bowl this year, because I think that the gap between the Bills and the Bengals and the rest of the AFC is pretty significant, because I think that these are overwhelmingly the two best teams in the AFC. And I'm not talking about performance. I'm really just looking at it from a roster standpoint. Roster wise, talent wise, there aren't too many teams in this conference that match up as well as the Bills and the Bengals do. And I really feel that this conference is going to come down to both of these two teams. So I think that this may finally be the year that the Bills can finally get it done, because when you look at the NFC, right? The NFC, there aren't as many good teams compared to the AFC, okay? The NFC, you have Tampa Bay. We know they're going to be there, Tom Brady, but they have a first-year head coach. Well, not their first-year head coach, but they do have a new head coach in Todd Bowles, who used to be the head coach of the New York Jets. Okay, they're going to be in that conversation. We already know as long as Aaron Rodgers remains in Green Bay, they're going to be in that conversation as well. But you also do have the Rams there, who are looking to repeat as Super Bowl champions. They have brought back some of their key core there. So in comparison, I do think that you're going to have a couple of teams that can be able to match up with the Buffalo Bills pretty good. However, I still think that the Bills would be a favorite if you were to put them in the Super Bowl and match them up against Tampa Bay or Green Bay and even the LA Rams. I still think that they would be a slight favorite in that matchup. So I think that the Buffalo Bills might finally be able to get it done this year. I'm not fully going to lock in this prediction, but I have a really strong feeling that this could be the year that the Buffalo Bills finally win the Super Bowl.